Oh my gosh. Okay. How do I. Here we go. This is stupid. Okay. So, I've been experiencing difficulties for the past 15 minutes because I was using my computer to go live, and apparently now my Chrome is out of date and I can't use my computer anymore. So, that's been pretty cool. We're gonna get started. I'm gonna do a half hour. I realize this is 15 minutes late and whatever. I don't. At this point, I don't even care, right? I need my own working from home session. So, here we go. I got my handy dandy chair, live streaming from my phone, which is something I've never done before. We're gonna get started. So, find a comfortable seat in your chair. Close your eyes. Take a few breaths in and out. Allow your shoulders to just rest where they lay. If you feel like they're scrunched up towards your ears, just relax them. Our mind plays a big part of our day as much as our body, and so if we can soothe that, we can start to soothe other muscles. Take a breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. One more time, just like that, in and exhale. Good. We'll start off with our neck, so allow your right ear to fall to your right shoulder. Gaze is looking somewhere in front of you or down towards the floor. And you can take your right hand to the top of your head to guide a small stretch on that left side. Still trying to expand and contract our body as we breathe. Take your gaze down towards your armpit. You can still use your hand to help assist. This is a different part of our neck. Good. And then take your hand underneath your head, push your head up to center, and we'll do the other side. So left ear to left shoulder, left hand can come on top. You can close the eyes too if you don't want to keep them open. Gaze turns down. You can move your hand to direct it to a different part. And then bring the hand under the head and push it back up to center. We'll drop our chin to our chest. Feeling a gentle stretch on the back of the neck. And then, if it's available to you, we'll interlace our fingers behind our head and pull our head back into our hands. So our chin is still down towards our chest, but our head is pulling up into our hands at a small angle. So we're relieving kind of the pressure that's at the back of our neck and the base of our skull. Good. And then gently release, hands under chin, guide your head back up to neutral. So hopefully that's cleared up some of that out. And what we'll do here is start to introduce shoulder rolls. So you might have to scoot forward in your chair and just guide one back at a time. Maybe you get the elbows involved here. These are really good any time of the day, working at the desk. Good. And then from here, we'll squeeze the shoulders up as if it's intentional, and then squeeze them together, and then squeeze them as they fall down. And we'll do 2 more of these. Squeeze the shoulders up, squeeze the shoulders together, and then squeeze them down. 1 more time. Squeeze them up, squeeze them together, and then squeeze them as they come down. Good. Give that a little movement, and then we'll stretch our fingers. So place your right hand out in front of you as if to say stop, and then we'll use our left hand to guide them backwards. The right thumb is trying to reach away from the rest of them. If you just joined, welcome. I got a little late in setting this up because my computer was having problems. We'll switch to the other one. Trying to sit up tall on those sits bones, reaching that left thumb away. Good. And now we'll interlace our fingers together and just slightly pull them. Just kind of creating some gapping between our fingers and our palm. Good. And then take our palms together and guide the bottom of our hands downwards. Press each finger together. Good. And now we'll turn our palms to face downwards. Just a different stretch. Still pressing them together. Good. Let's get some movement into our upper back and body. So you can place the hands on the front of the knees. On our inhale, we'll pull the heart forward and up. And on your exhale, drop the chin towards the chest, round the spine. Inhale, pull it forward and up. Exhale, round the spine. 3 more. Inhale. So our posture plays an important part. Exhale of how our body feels as we move throughout the day. And so we want to keep the spine healthy all the time. Last one in. And exhale. Good. Coming back to neutral, we'll place the right hand down and we'll push up with our left palm. So sending them in opposite directions. And then you can have a side bend in one direction. Allowing the gaze to look down. Good. Really push up through that top hand. After we sit a lot, we tend to accumulate a lot of dead energy in these areas, so we want to create space in our upper and lower half. Go ahead and switch. Left arm down, right arm up. Really push the bottom hand down and reach the top hand up. Gaze looking down. Creating space. Good. You can even do this if you don't have a chair. You can be standing. We're going to take our hands underneath our right thigh and just point and flex our foot. Pulling the toes up, pointing the toes away. Just moving back and forth. Starting to stretch out the ankles, especially if you haven't been moving around a lot today. Our feet are super important. Go ahead and hold it in a pointed position. Good. Keep it pointed as you start to extend your leg. And then flex the foot and bend the knee. Point the toe, extends. Flex and bend. One more, just like that. Point and extend. Flex and bend. And place it down on the floor. We'll take the hands underneath the left thigh. Pull the knee in and point and flex. Just going through a simple movement, nothing crazy. And then point, extend, flex, and bend. It doesn't have to straighten all the way. Even just a little bit is just enough. Last one, point, and flex. Good. And from here, we'll just get up. I'm going to turn my chair to the side. You can use a wall. You can use the armrest of your couch. It doesn't really matter. Just something to stabilize you. And from here, our right hand is going to be on our right hip. And we'll just start to do mini pulses out to the side with our right leg. Trying not to let that left hip sink out to the side. So really stay up straight on it as you start to pulse it out. Good. And then take it back at a 45 degree. And then back all the way. Not using that glute instead of trying to maybe create some low back pain for yourself. And we'll do the other side. So imagine you can turn around or just do the other leg. I'll just create some space. We'll just lift it out to the side and breathe. So we're just creating movement in the hip joint, but again, trying not to create heat, just reminding like, hello, this is what's happening. Move it back at a 45 degree, and then we'll move it back all the way. So we don't want to create heat, just enough to kind of create space in the joint. Shift the hips back and forth, and we'll turn towards our chair or our wall and just do alternating heel lifts. So pushing through the big toe, making sure the heels don't collapse outwards, and it's kind of like we're prancing in a field. Just creating movement in our calves and our hamstrings, the bottom of our feet. Good, and then we'll add them together, coming up, slowly lowering down. Have a small bend in your knees if you feel like it's locking out your hamstrings or your hips. 2 more, up and down. Last one, up, and then bring it down. Good. From here, we'll step the left foot forward and the right leg back. So if you have a countertop or, again, a wall, you can use that to help buffer. We'll slightly bend both of our knees and hinge our hips forward as we lower our chest down towards our thigh. Breathing here, getting a stretch in this left hamstring. Maybe pull the left toes back towards your nose to get into the calf. Not too much, so feel free to leave the toes on the ground. And then we'll switch sides. So right foot steps forward, left foot steps back. Try to get the hips to be square, and then send the hips back as you lean your chest down. Try not to let the ribs fall, keep them pulling in. And then maybe pull the toes back. It's a lot more intense on this side for me. Spread the toes. And then we'll place it down and shift back forward. From here, we're going to come back into our chair and finish with a few last stretches for the hip joints. So we'll take our right ankle and cross it on top of the left thigh. If that's not available to you, you can cross your right leg over the left. Whatever suits your fancy. And then we'll take the right elbow under the left for eagle arms. So if that's not happening, you can bring the forearms together or intertwine them. Adding a shoulder stretch and a hip stretch here. Try to separate the shoulder blades and maybe lift the elbows a little bit higher. And then gently release the arms, place the hands on the shins, and then you can fold over your shin. Draw the low belly in to create more space in that hip joint. If this doesn't feel good on the knee, you can just bring the knee in a little bit towards you. to take some of the strain off of it. And then on your inhale, come on up. And we'll switch sides. So left leg on top. Again, crossing it if you need to, then left elbow comes under the right. Breathing and creating space in your upper back. Lifting the elbows a little higher. Keep the head in a neutral position. We'll untwine and just fold our chest over our shin. Good. And then on your inhale, come up. We'll add a twist and then we'll be done. So take a breath in and feel yourself grow through the top of your head. And then on your exhale, take your right hand to the outside of your left shin. And then your left hand can just come behind to hold on to something. Breathe in. Breathe out. Inhale. Exhale. Last one in. And we'll switch to the other side. Inhale, come to center. Exhale, other side. Breathe in. Let it out. Breathe in. Exhale, let the twist come from your torso, not the hand pressing into the leg. Last one. And on your inhale, come back to center. Get nice and comfy. We'll take a few breaths here before we continue throughout our day. Trying not to focus on one thought completely. Just let it enter and then go out the other ear. Last one. Good. Hands coming to heart center. Whether you want to say namaste or not, I just hope you have a good rest of your workday or day, depending on what you're doing. Namaste.